Hi everyone, welcome back to Canada Immigration, where we break down the latest in global migration and opportunities. Today, we're diving into Canada's immigration landscape. With the current date being October 16, 2025, we're at a pivotal moment. The existing 2025 to 2027 immigration levels plan is in effect, but whispers of updates for 2026 to 2028 are buzzing, with announcements expected in November. We'll cover the current rules, recent changes, the strategic shifts happening now, and predictions for what's next. All backed by official sources, no speculation without basis. Let's get into it. Current scenario and why changes are happening. Canada has long been a beacon for immigrants, contributing to economic growth and cultural diversity. However, post-pandemic surges in arrivals led to pressures on housing, healthcare, and infrastructure. By 2023, non-permanent residents outnumbered annual permanent admissions, sparking public debate. A 2024 poll showed nearly 60% of Canadians felt levels were too high, though most still see immigration's benefits. In response, the government shifted in late 2024 to a stabilization strategy. This meant lowering targets from ambitious post-COVID highs, like 500,000 aimed for 2025, to more sustainable numbers. The goal? Pause population growth temporarily to align with community capacity, while keeping immigration as an economic driver. Under Prime Minister Mark Carney's administration after the April 2025 election, this approach continues, balancing needs amid an aging population and low birth rates. New targets for permanent residents. Now, onto the numbers. The current 2025 to 2027 plan, announced in October 2024, sets these targets for permanent residents. These represent a decrease. For example, 2025 is down 105,000 from prior projections. By 2027, the economic class hits nearly 62% of admissions, emphasizing skilled workers in health, trades, and STEM. Francophone immigration outside Quebec ramps up to 10% by 2027 to support linguistic communities. Strategic shifts and new rules. The big shift is toward managed migration, integrating temporary and permanent streams more holistically. Over 40% of 2025 PR admissions are expected from in-Canada temporary residents, easing transitions for students and workers already here. Key new rules and requirements include: Express entry reforms. December 2024 removed points for job offers to curb fraud, refocused on human capital like education and language. Category-based draws prioritize sectors like healthcare and trades. Temporary resident caps. First-time targets aim to reduce temporary residents to 5% of population by 2026. New arrivals, 673,650 in 2025, 516,600 in 2026, 543,600 in 2027. Mostly students, 45 to 59%, and workers. International students, 10% cut in study permits for 2025, stricter eligibility, higher cost of living requirements, and 24-hour weekly work limit reinstated. Post-graduation work permits, tightened to align with labor needs, no longer for all programs. Temporary foreign worker program, 10% cap on low-wage hires, 20% wage increase for high-wage stream, shorter permits. Spousal work permits, limited to spouses of high-skilled workers or advanced degree students, dependents often ineligible. Provincial Nominee Program, half to 55,000 annually, but provinces push for more regional control. These changes address integrity issues, like fraud in asylum and visas, and prioritize family reunification and humanitarian commitments without major cuts there. Predictions for 2026 to 2028 plan. Looking ahead, the 2026 to 2028 plan, due in November 2025 after consultations, is predicted to raise targets. Experts forecast 2026, 410,000, 415,000 plus PRs, up from 380,000 base. 2027, over 400,000. 2028, continued growth toward 1% of the population annually. Why? Labor shortages in key sectors, an aging workforce, low fertility rates, and provincial demands for more PNPs. Francophone targets will climb toward 12% by 2029. Temporary reforms might ease slightly for better transitions, but overall, expect a balanced increase to sustain growth without overwhelming systems. Mark Carney's proposals from earlier in 2025, like capping temporaries at 5% and PRs at 1%, align with this. Conclusion: Canada's immigration is evolving toward sustainability and targeted growth. If you're planning to move, what do you think about these changes? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for updates. Thanks for watching, see you next time.